Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In the previous video, we learned how to enable mailboxes and shared mailboxes. In this video, we will learn how to create groups and distribution groups in Exchange service. So let's go to Active Directory users and computers. When we are talking about groups, there are two different technologies here, one of which is Active Directory and the other one is Exchange groups. So in the Active Directory, groups are used to manage the permissions, like bunch of people want to access any particular printer or any kind of services. Then we can create a group and add those users as a member of that group and give the required permissions. So all those group members can access the printer or any other applications or the systems using the same permissions granted on the group. So this can simplify the RBAC roles or the user permissions in the Active Directory. Let's go to IT services and go to users. So as you can see, we have 4 user accounts and one IT services shared mailbox here. So let's go to Elizabeth. As you can see, Elizabeth is IT administrator and Oscar is manager for her. For Alexander is also, it is same. Oscar is the manager. Alexa is also IT system administrator and Oscar is manager. Let's take a scenario where Alexa want to log into a remote server. For this purpose, Alexa should be member of remote desktop administrator group. So we can do it by just going to properties of Alexa and go to members and click on add. You can go to advanced and also type a remote and find and add remote desktop users. Click OK, click OK again and click apply. So this way we can add RBAC roles to IT administrator individually. What if all the IT administrator are working on the remote systems? In such cases, all these IT administrators should be able to remote to these servers and should be a member of remote desktop users. So to do that, you can just remove it from here. Let's just refresh. So go to groups and create new group. The group name should be IT administrators and this is a global security group. Click OK. So as you can see, we have created the group and the type is security group. So let's go to properties of this group and add members to this group. So let's just go to advanced and go to locations and go to IT services, users, click OK and then find this. So we just want these 3 user accounts to be part of this group as they are the system administrator and Oscar is a manager for this IT administrators. He will not be logging into systems remotely. And the IT services is a shared mailbox and we can skip that as well. So let's add these 3 accounts as a members of this group and click OK. So as of now, there are no changes on this account. You cannot see anything. So this is just a part of IT administrators. But when you go to groups and double click on IT administrators and go to member of and add remote desktop users for this particular group and click OK, all the members of this group will have that particular role inherited from this nested role. So which means all these 3 members will be automatically added as member of remote desktop users. So this is how Active Directory groups are created and managed. We can create this kind of groups in bulk using the PowerShell, but I will not go through that in this video as we are concentrating more on the Exchange groups. So let's just close this and delete this group as of now and Go to PowerShell. Let's add PS Snap-in for Exchange. To import the Exchange commandlets here and clear the screen. Okay, let's talk about the Exchange groups. In Exchange, there are two major group types, one of which is distribution group and the other one is dynamic distribution groups. So let's talk about the distribution groups. So distribution groups are the groups which are used to distribute emails to bulk users. Let's say in our organization, we have more than thousands of users and we want to publish a newsletter for all of these users. In Exchange, typing all these users' email address one by one is a difficult task, and keeping track of all these users and email addresses is a big task for IT administrators. For the same purpose, the groups are introduced on the Exchange servers as well. So this can be used to send email to the mass people using the single email address which is given to the group. Using this, we can just send an email to the group and the email will be copied over to all its members. So this is how the distribution group works. As the name implies, it will distribute the emails which are sent to this particular group to its members. There is another type of group which is called mail enabled security group. This is also used as a distribution group to distribute the emails. This can also be used to grant RBAC roles to its member. There is another type of exchange groups which is called dynamic distribution groups. This will add the members dynamically based on some values which are there in the Active Directory attributes. Let's learn how to create these groups using PowerShell and start with the distribution groups. We can create distribution groups using new distribution group commandlet and passing the name and organizational unit attributes. Hit enter. As you can see, this has created a distribution group. You can also check the available distribution group using get distribution group. And we have only one distribution group for IT department. We can also verify it using the Active Directory users and computers. Let's go to Active Directory users and computers, and within IT services groups, you can see IT department is now created with the members of Alexa, Alexander, and Elizabeth. So whenever an email is sent to this IT department at ps.local, it will be copied over to all these members. So this is how we can create distribution groups using PowerShell. Let's create a mail enabled security group for security team. Let's copy this OU. As you can see, with this security group, we are just creating the group without any members and also mentioning it as type security and hit enter. As you can see, this has created the security group here, and the group type is universal security enabled. If I can just navigate to the groups and refresh this OU and go to this group, we can also make use of this particular member of section where we can grant RBAC roles for the members. You can also note that this is universal security group, and on the IT services, the IT department group is created as universal distribution group. Now let's create a dynamic distribution group using the PowerShell. To do this, we can use new dynamic distribution group command. Let's give it a name like sales team, and let's create a dynamic distribution group for a sales team and put it in the organizational unit within the sales OU. Let's just copy the path for sales group OU and paste it here. And then let's add a few more filters to this group and add included recipient types as mail box users and mail contacts only. So any account in the Active Directory with user mailbox and mail contact will be member of this particular group. And conditional department, we can say we can just copy from one of the users. The department should be sales and marketing. So as you can see, we have successfully created a dynamic distribution group within the OU sales groups. So let's just go to the OU and refresh it here. As you can see, we see this group created. Let's go to properties of this. As you can see, this is Exchange dynamic distribution list. And if we go to attribute editor, you can see some of the Exchange attributes have already been populated for this group. As you observed, we cannot see the members of this dynamic group from the users and computer, just like we can see for other groups. So we have to use PowerShell for this. Let's create a variable called group and set the value to dynamic distribution group, which is sales team, and hit enter. Let's verify the group value. We have the dynamic group added into the variable. Now do the get recipient and recipient preview filter, and here let's add the group and add the recipient filter as a attribute. Now let's hit enter. As you can see, these 4 users have been added as a member for this particular group. So let's just go back to this particular OU and modify the property of this account and set the value of this users department as sales and marketing. Click apply. Okay. Now let's do the same command. Let's add the value again to the group variable and check if the new account has been added or not as a member of this group. As you can see, this account is also added as part of the sales group. Let's remove the department value from this account. Click apply, click OK. And now let's again get the group into a variable and check the recipient values. As you can see, the list has been updated automatically and it has removed this account from the sales group. One thing to note, in the on-premises Exchange, the dynamic distribution groups takes time to reflect the changes, whereas in Exchange Online we have a separate parameter to force the members update using the PowerShell. But on the on-premises, it might take some time to update the members list. With that, I'm concluding this video for now. In the next video, we will see how to create public folders on the Exchange. I hope this video was informative and see you on the next one.